Hey guys, welcome back to another special episode. Today we return to Agcore Technologies in Cranston, Rhode Island to check on the updates from the greenhouse and the retail foods. Alright, so we're back at Agcore Technologies in Cranston, Rhode Island. This is the brand new greenhouse that's going up. And here's Larry.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
It's been a couple of months.
Hey, yeah. So, whoa. So this is the brand new greenhouse, right?
Yes. I think the last time we were talking is that we were planning on putting up a new greenhouse.
Yeah.
With a capacity that would triple our capacity.
Right.
And that's where we're at. It took us a couple of months to level off the land, put up the greenhouse, and now we're just finishing up some of the electrical, and we'll be installing some of our equipment. Right. So it's definitely a little messy, but at least you get a feel for what's going on.
Right, so this is a carbon copy of the other greenhouse in terms of the shape and size, correct?
That's correct. It's 144 feet long, 36 feet wide, and it is roughly 5,200 square feet.
Okay, so if you guys recall, in the last video of the first greenhouse, all of the rows of tanks were going horizontally, and now it looks like we're going vertically, right?
That's correct. We will have both the short and the tall tanks. We will be going vertically. As a result, we'll be able to get more tanks in here. And probably what will happen at one point is we'll take some of the liquid from the other one, transfer to here, and redo the other one, which was built 5 years ago.
Right, so you sort of maximize your capacity.
You have to.
Getting two greenhouses set up. All right, so you've got some of the tanks set up right now. None of them are filled yet.
Correct.
You've got more tanks that are coming in, and they're going to fill out the rest of this space here, right?
Correct. We'll have 7 rows.
Okay.
We'll have, when finished, about 250 tanks.
Okay.
And we figure we'll be up and running with half of the greenhouse middle of October, and we should be filled with everything by the end of the year.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's a very exciting time.
All right, so because the structure is up here now, it's really the final stretch here. We're just setting everything up and getting everything running.
Yeah, you can see we're still rolling out the floor.
Yeah, right. We're in process here. Very cool. So one other thing that's changed since the last time we've been here is you have some new retail packaging, correct?
Correct. We expanded our product, and we now have 8 retail products.
Okay.
You can see right there.
Yep.
And this is a brand new product line. We're the first people to come out with, to my knowledge, that's grain-free, limited ingredients, and using only farm-fresh spirulina.
Okay. Now, can you explain why grain-free is important?
Yeah, for us, grain-free, it's really about having superior ingredients versus cost.
Right.
With us, our key products are fish meal, spirulina, farm-fresh spirulina, as well as krill. And those 3 ingredients alone start off with over 60% protein. We also use ingredients such as kelp, which is in the seaweed family, and that's considered a macroalgae, where spirulina is a microalgae. But these are all ingredients that are indigenous to fish. You don't often see a fish having corn on the cob, and so we stayed away from the grains of the corn, the soy, and the wheat. We're not necessarily anti-grain, but we wanted to come up with a product line that wasn't so focused on cost, but was focused on premium ingredients.
That's very cool. So this is the retail package itself, right?
Correct.
We'll go inside in a little bit and take a look at the full line of these products, but basically every single one of these products has spirulina as a main ingredient.
Correct.
And that's all produced right here on site.
That's correct. We like to say we have farm-fresh spirulina. And in fact, when we harvest, within hours it's going into fish food production. And utilizing that fresh spirulina allows us to mix the ingredients in and dry it at a low temperature.
Okay, and that's dehydrating, right?
That's correct. We dehydrate it at about 110 degrees.
Okay.
What that allows us to do is preserve the quality of the amino acids and the various nutrients. And what's really nice about spirulina is that it almost has a built-in multivitamin right to it. It's very high in iron. It's very high in antioxidants, anti-inflammatories, calcium. And so it's really a wealth of nutrients, along with being highly digestible, and our product averages over 63% protein. So it's somewhat of a, we call it a superfood or a miracle type product.
Very cool.
Yes.
And it's all being produced right here in Rhode Island.
Correct. And our competition, they have a tendency to buy some of the international product, which can be a little bit less expensive. And a lot of that is coming from Asia, India, and their product is grown in what's referred to as an open pond system. So it becomes a little bit more difficult to keep the product integrity. With ours, we're growing them inside of tanks, inside of a greenhouse.
Right, so these are the tanks that you're growing them in, and the benefit to this over a pond is that the only thing that's in here is the ingredient that you're growing. I mean, this is like, you know, cut off from the outdoors, so you don't have any outdoor pollutants, outdoor contaminants. You've got spirulina growing in each one of these tanks, and if for whatever reason something goes wrong, it's contained to one tank. It's not going to spread to an entire pond and
Correct.
ruin an entire batch.
Correct, and in addition to that, we grow in the height of 8 to 10 feet, as opposed to our competition. The ponds are usually about a foot deep. And we also get a higher density in ours. So we can get more product per square foot in our facility.
Right, and you can see how it's doing just by looking at it.
Yes, absolutely.
Very
Absolutely.
cool. All right, now let's go inside then and take a look at the full line of the retail foods. All right, and now we are inside at Agcore, and we are taking a look at all of the different retail packaging here for the Agcore foods. So Larry, you want to walk me through what each one of these is?
Sure, absolutely. So the very first one is our Spirulina fry powder, and that's at a 0.25 to 0.5 millimeter. It's excellent for fish under 1 inch, so your juveniles. We jokingly say it's good baby food.
Right. That's something that actually a lot of people look for. You know, people who are raising fish need that really fine food. So this is a high spirulina content, very low size powdered food, essentially. Cool. All right, so what's the next one here?
The next one is our Herbivore fish food. The size goes up to 0.5 to 1 millimeter. It's plant-based proteins, has a high percentage as spirulina. Also has kelp. Kelp is in the seaweed family, which is a macroalgae.
Okay, and so with this one, you can sort of see the grains, whereas this one is sort of the very fine powder. So we're sort of stepping up in size. All right. And then what's the next one here?
So the next one is an omnivore product, and these are crumble bits, sizes 2 to 4. I'm sorry, this is an omnivore product, sizes 2 to 4.
Yep. And so
we have fish meal in here, shrimp meal. We have krill, astaxanthin. The particles are probably the more popular size for us. They are sinking fish food.
Okay. And so this is like a nice size food for any of your like medium to large size fish, right? Because it's got some heft to it. It's not a powder. They are bits, so your fish are going to be able to consume, you know, a larger volume of food without, you know, needing to go back quite as many times. So very cool there. And then the next one up.
So this is our carnivore fish food, and we jokingly say it's for the meat lovers. It is a high performance fish food. It's in a stick form, and it's really a lot of fun for the hobbyists to drop these in. They are sinking. It works very well with saltwater as well as freshwater tanks. And if it's a big fish, they can grab it whole. There's a couple of different sizes mixed together.
Yeah.
And if it sinks down, your plecos will get to it.
Yep.
And it's a nice product.
And the great thing here is if you have smaller fish, you can always break them in half.
Correct.
And you can get it to basically whatever size you want. Very cool. All right, and next one up.
So that's CRISP, and CRISP stands for krill and spirulina. And these are really an interesting product. We jokingly say it's catnip for fish. Because you put it into the tank and they really go crazy for it. Same thing with our 100% spirulina. And this is made up of Antarctic krill and spirulina and a little hint of garlic in there. And what's beautiful about this is that it's a natural color and enhancement. In all of our products, we don't have any fillers, we don't have any artificial coloring. And with this, it really makes your colors of your fish pop.
Right, and so this is sort of like a potato chip, basically, in terms of its thickness and its sort of consistency. And this is it's a dehydrated food, right?
That's correct. And we dehydrate it at low temperatures.
Okay, so you're preserving all of the nutrients in it.
Correct.
Very cool. And then this one looks fairly similar.
Yep.
What's this one?
This is 100% spirulina fish food, so that's only one ingredient. So when you talk limited ingredients, you know, this certainly is it.
Yeah.
And this is the form that we have it in before we can grind it and put it into a powder. So this product alone is over 60% protein. It almost has a built-in multivitamin, the way that it is.
And look at the colors here on this this product. So I mean, when you're talking about fish out in the wild grazing on algae, this is one ingredient, and it's the thing that they're grazing on in the wild. And because it's dehydrated, it's basically the same thing. Correct.
And with the pigments, it's really an interesting product, spirulina, where it has the phycocyanins, which is the blue.
Yeah.
It has the chlorophyll, which is the green. It has the carotenoids, which are the yellow and red. So and orange also. So just by consuming that, you get all those types of natural color enhancements.
Very cool. All right, on to the next one here.
So this is a little bit of an interesting product. Usually people that use koi foods, it comes in high volume. This is a little extra nutrition to it, and it's more or less a snack food to coincide with your other koi fish. And also with the sticks, there's quite a wide range of different types of kois out there. So for the larger ones, you can pretty much throw them in. For the smaller ones, you can break them up in your fingers and put it into the pond.
Sure. And then the last one here on the list?
So the last one is, we like to say it's for both food and exercise. You can drop it into the tank, it sinks pretty quickly, and the fish will work on it over a period of time. It's very nutritious, and it's, you know, for a hobbyist, it's fun to watch.
Yeah, this one is actually my personal favorite because you can take a chunk of this, throw it in, it's going to go to the bottom, and then your plecos and your bottom feeders will just go crazy for that stuff. Very cool. And then you said, so, you know, you have spirulina in its purest form here as well, right? So,
correct. That's 100% spirulina powder.
Okay. So the future plans here is to also sell the powder just the way it is?
Correct. There's a strong demand, very good for corals and for fry fish.
Very cool. So you have these retail packs for sale right now. They range from what, 2 ounces to 4 ounces?
Correct.
Per package. And you might start to see these popping up at fish stores. So this is like a retail display, right?
Correct.
And you've got like 10 or 12 boxes here on display?
Correct. And for the retail facility, they can either hang it on the tab or they can just put it flat on the table.
Yeah, very cool. And then you also said you were working on bulk bags too, right?
Correct.
So this is a 5-pound bag of food.
Yeah, that's correct. That's a 5-pound omnivore, comes in a corrugated box with a label on the outside.
Well, this is definitely a complete line of foods, and it's very exciting to see the progress here at Agcore. We did visit a couple months ago, and you guys can see there's definitely progress here. There's new foods on this list, and it's pretty exciting. All right, so we've seen all the foods, and we've seen the new greenhouse. This is what the new greenhouse is gonna look like here in just a couple months. So Larry, this is the old greenhouse. This one's been up and running for what, a year now?
We've actually been running it for 3 years now.
3 years.
But we've been expanding over those 3 years, so fully functioning for about 6 months.
All right, so the second greenhouse is just about up and running. You're gonna take some of this product, move it over there, and then maybe in a couple months we'll come back and we'll see what this greenhouse looks like.
Oh, we look forward to it.
All right, great. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.